They're off, breaking out over a mile in the Sky Bet Fillies Stakes. Act of Kindness in the Royal Blue began brightly. Fashion People, pink cap, throwing her head around. And So Regal out wide. Danny Tudhope glancing across, just taking a while to work over, with Pacific Mission, the white sleeves, going up between horses. So at the end of a furlong and a half, So Regal now crosses over and leads the field, to Act of Kindness dropping into her wake, and Pacific Mission 3/4 of a length away in third. Lilt with the blue cap in fourth place, just ahead of Fashion People. But Haggas in the light blue is last but one, and Synchronicity at the tail as they pass the 5 and head towards the top of the straight. So Regal leading her 6 rivals over, Act of Kindness heading the chase. Then Pacific Mission away to the left. Lilt weighted within fourth, just ahead of Fashion People, the pink and green. But Haggas towards the far side as So Regal begins to press on beyond halfway. Synchronicity orange cap remains at the tail of the field. It's going to be a good test over the last 2.5 furlongs here, courtesy of So Regal on the right. Act of Kindness, Buick crouching low. Pacific Mission, white sleeves asked for an effort. Synchronicity on the extreme left is being asked to try and close from the rear. Lilt is switching, and then Fashion People and Haggas, but So Regal has found plenty. She's opened up, she's gone 3-4 lengths clear. Lilt is coming out of the pack, giving chase, but has the bird flown? So Regal just wandering off a true line. Lilt is now bearing down on her, is coming over the top, and is gonna worry her out of it. And Lilt gets up to beat So Regal, but Haggas running on strongly into third, ahead of Act of Kindness in fourth, and then Pacific Mission.
Wrigley Red, and Lilt has won the Sky Bet at Michael City and taking style, because it didn't look likely at halfway. Talk us through that, Tom.
Yeah, look, she's one of ours that managed to win on her first start, and she did a really good job that day. But as ever, you're just then coming into the start of this year, deeper waters, having only had the experience of one race, and I thought it just told there, to be honest with you. Like, she did a really, really good job in the end of going and running down the leader. But it took a while for her to get to grips with what was happening, and like she's a beautiful filly, obviously beautifully bred as well. But I thought she showed she had a good mind today. You know, York's tough sometimes, and it's why William likes bringing them here, because it teaches them a bit. But she stepped up to everything now.
Out of Dank, you mentioned she's Wrigley bred. She may well sharpen up with racing, but it looked like a step up and trip. It really suit her.
Yeah, look, she's definitely got the 10 well within her realms. You know, I suppose that's William James and Anita Moore in there. Everybody will talk now and figure out whether they want to go there straight away or what targets may be. But look, to me there, she took a long time sort of climbing, trying to find that gear, and look, she found it in the end and obviously won nicely. But you'd have to probably say where she's going to be real comfortable in her range, it'd probably be at the 10. She's
in the Coronation over a mile, but I thought the Irish Pretty Polly 10 and then maybe the Irish Ledger later on.
Look, that's it for her now as a filly. She's got some really nice options open, as it, you know. Well, the door's ajar anyway, certainly. Which one they want to properly pull open, I don't know. But yeah, look, she's one that I know William was really looking forward to having her out. She was in the
Pretty Polly at Newmarket.
Yeah, I was going to say Newmarket Pretty Polly the other day, and just felt like it was a tricky step going a mile and a quarter, first run of the year, small field, didn't know where the pace was and stuff like that. And look, great shout as ever by William. Yeah.
You've got a really exciting horse in the last Wade. You must be looking forward to that. Looks a match on paper.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely first run at Yarmouth. Just I'd say, you know, just got caught learning on the job and didn't quite pick up the ball as fast as it was coming to him, but should have come on a bundle for that. Got to take on obviously the King's horse, who was really impressive in the Wood Ditton, but they've got to carry a penalty, and it takes a good horse to do that. And again, tackling York and the prelims and stuff like that, you just you never quite know how they'll all take it. So yeah, really looking forward to him, and hopefully he's another one of these 3-year-old colts that can just step up to the plate now and have a big year.
You're strong in that department. Very well done.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
She picked up really well. It just took her a while to change gear. And I thought to start with, she wasn't enjoying the ground, but I think it was just pure greenness really, and she just didn't know what to do. But yeah, when she got rolling, she went quite quick, yeah.
She's bred to be. She's beautiful pedigree. Dam obviously was so talented.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful filly, beautifully bred. We had a sister who held the title for a while as the shortest price loser when she got beaten at 25 to 1 on in a race at Ripon. But she was beaten by quite a decent filly. But she ended up winning a listed race, but she just took an awful long time to get the hang of it. This filly obviously is getting the hang of it quicker. But definitely today, she'll have learnt a lot.
Yeah, watching, I was thinking, oh, she'll be ready for 10 furlongs, but she might just sharpen up with racing as well.
I think she will, yeah. I mean, look, as I say, it's up to sort of James and William where they want to go next, but I think a mile's fine at the moment, yeah.
And she's obviously got them entries in Ireland, the Pretty Polly over 10, but a mile at Ascot maybe first.
It's up to them, really. I mean, it's she looks a lovely, classy filly with a big future, and she's a big girl, so you'd think she'd be as good, if not better, as a 4-year-old. So, it's just sort of planning the near and the far future, and but they'll work it out.
Excited, looking forward to Wahid in the last. Looks a good race.
Yeah, good race. Yeah, I mean, the King's horse will be favourite, I'm sure, and he looked very impressive. But he's a nice horse, Wahid. So be interesting. And we've got a filly, Desert Treasure, who has been off for a long time. She won 2 races last year and then had an injury, so she's been off a while. But she looked really tough and speedy last year, so it'll be an interesting day.
We've seen at least one smart filly there. Lilt has done well to win the Michael Seeley for Tom Marquand and William Haggas. They are going to be delighted with that performance because she was outpaced at one point, looking like she was going nowhere. Then she was going to be a really creditable second, and she's actually managed to win. So Regal's got a lot of pace, a high cruising speed. She just wandered late, seemed to be wilting late on, and she's been caught. She's second for the Gosdens and Danny Tudhope, and there's a gap back to the third, and that is Buttergos, who is out towards the rear and has stayed on for third for Ray Dawson and Roger Varian. 13-2, the winner to return, and I'm very taken with that performance.
I am as well, yeah, really like that. And as I said, I think she will improve plenty for the run. I think she'll improve going up in trip as well. She's found it happening a little bit too quick when the pace there was an injection of pace early on in the home straight. She needed to come under a bit of pressure at that point, but she hung in there. She's shown a really good attitude, and for a filly who was experiencing something completely different to what she'd experienced on her only 2-year-old start, it is really taking how she motors through the final furlong, hits the line well. A 1.25 miles is going to be no problem at all. It should suit her really well, and yeah, lots to look forward to there with
very much so, very much so. I think Buttergos is going to improve for a step up in trip also. And So Regal is interesting because she's certainly got pace, hasn't she?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it suited her that she ended up making her own running. Now that's not a criticism in that there was nothing to take them on. She's naturally an exuberant filly. She's run really well, but I think in an optimum world they would have had a good pace to follow and be able to sort of not do the hard work and have her chasing for a little bit longer, because she's probably got a little bit lonely out in front, having kicked a good way from home. But she's run a blinder. It's another step forward. It's another improvement up in class from her, and she probably wouldn't have an issue dropping back in trip, to be honest, would she, if they wanted to? But there'll be more targets obviously in the miling division.
Yeah, her stable companion, by the way, Fashion People, has really over-raced in the early stages. She's been taken back by James Storr to third last. She has settled a bit better, but hasn't ever fully settled.
Synchronicity didn't settle either, did she?
No.
She had to be taken out of the race early to switch off, and that's not helped her.
I'd be interested to know what the Gosdens want to do with So Regal, because I like you, I think there's a setup of a race that can see her improve again, and this is a step forward, and she does have that high head carry. She can look a little bit ungainly under pressure. She did sort of end up listing left, didn't she?
Yeah.
But there's a lot there.
Oh, she's got a big engine, hasn't she? I would imagine they would be keen to have a go at Royal Ascot with her.
I would,
to be honest. I think I would as well. I mean, she's... And you'd be tempted to sort of ride her a little bit differently, because as I say, she's, as you say, she's had a wander around in front, hasn't she? Having looked like she had the race won, she goes to her left, and then the tank is a little bit empty late on as not only Lilt closes, but the rest of there are one or two others. Buttergos has run really nice, and that really nice race from the back. Again, a big step forward from her out of novice company for the first time.
She wants 10, doesn't she?
Yeah.
At least. Whereas I think the fact that Lilt was able to win this over a mile in these conditions on just her second start, and I like you, I think she'll be better over more of a trip. She's got a price, by the way, 12 to 1 from 66s for the Coronation Stakes. I'd be surprised if that's where William Haggas is thinking of heading. I can see the Irish Pretty Polly being a very good idea later on in the season.
Yeah, and me. I would be thinking the same. It's just, this is a good performance over a mile, but it's not screaming Group 1 over a mile, if that makes sense.
It does.
It's as if she's had the class to get through it, but it's not necessarily an optimum test. So, yeah, I suspect she will be a Group 1 filly. My feeling is immediately afterwards, because I think there will, not because this is that calibre of performance, but I think there will be that level of improvement that we'll see her get to it.
Yes, I think you've put it really well, and there's so much potential there. Just her second start being able to deal with it. I genuinely thought she was going to drop away.
Yes.
Then I thought you're going to be a really good second here. Well done. And sort of, my goodness, you've actually managed to win.
Yeah, and she's very likeable. It's a terrific family. Obviously, the damn Dank was very smart. She's already bred some good winners. It's a terrific James Wigan family.
Yes.
Nice to see the owner breeder being rewarded.
Very much so. Dank, who won the filly mare Turf, and she had a fantastic season back in 2013 in particular, really progressive through 8 furlong, 9 furlongs and up to 10, and it looks like this daughter of Dank will be following in the same direction. We're excited by this, I think. I'm sure you are at home as well in the Sky Bet Fillies Michael Seeley Stakes. Lilt has won for Tom Marquand and William Haggas.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.